Oh, country. Play that country. I want Megan to know that I love country music.
Come to Texas.
I'd love to come to Texas, girl. All right, from Austin, Texas. Her name is Megan Toll, and go to her website, megantoll.com. She might be able to help you today. I know she's going to help my pal and co-hostess, Tebby Holtz, okay. Tammy Holtz.
All right.
What's Tebby? Tammy Holtz. Santa Clarita's mixologist girl.
I am.
What's the name of your company?
Cocktails and Concoctions.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool. Cocktail.
Why is everybody laughing?
No, that's a cool name. Cocktails and Concoctions. Tammy Holt. First of all, she's gorgeous. So if you need somebody to work a party, she's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And we use her for all of our parties, Ellen and I and Robin. And if you have boring guests, and half of your guests, ladies and gentlemen, are boring. They're just boring. And Tammy will turn those people around. Justin, don't laugh. They're boring. They're absolutely boring. And a big shout out to Edwin. Say hi to everybody, Edwin.
Hi, everybody.
Is this your first time on radio in the history of your life?
It is, Coach.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Very exciting.
Yeah. So, all right. Can you do a little life coaching today? Because my dear, and I just love her to death. Our whole family loves Tammy Holtz with cocktails and concoctions. So how would somebody get a hold of you? Do you have a website?
If you go on Facebook and type in Cocktails and Concoctions, Party Services.
Here's the problem. If I was listening, I couldn't spell concoctions.
It prompts you.
Really?
If you write cocktails you'll get a list.
Cocktails and concoctions.
See, I know why you're laughing, Coach. I know you.
Okay, so Megan Toll at megantoll.com. So my dear friend's husband, 48 years old, lieutenant on the LAPD, one of the finest police departments in the country, has this stroke. And God willing, he's doing great. So I just want everybody to know he's really progressing and doing great. This happened 3 weeks ago. But it's, Megan, it's a blow. Like Tammy said to me one day last week, it's the worst nightmare that could ever happen to a wife. And
not worse, but pretty scary.
No, worst, you get the life insurance.
That's
bonus. So coach her up a little bit. How she hasn't grieved yet. You're still, what mood are you in now?
Survival, I think.
Survival mode. So you've been through it. You lost your husband when he was 30. You've been through all this. So help our audience out there. How do they deal with unexpected tragedies? Help us. Come on, girl.
Yeah, so I'm going to share my allowing process, which is a very powerful exercise. And this can be used, for any kind of traumatic experience in your life, but also day to day if you're experiencing any challenges throughout the day. So, with particular thoughts, so any negative thoughts you may be having, with those thoughts come negative feelings. And so, if you're having feelings of frustration, stress, anger, sadness, whatever the feelings you may be having, any kind of negative feelings, what you want to do is you do want to acknowledge that they're there. And because you can't just tuck them away and ignore them and think they're going to go away, because they're not going to. So you do want to acknowledge them, actually welcome them in. And a great way to do this is just kind of relax your body and you take a deep breath as you're really welcoming and bringing in that feeling, and you start concentrating on those feelings, and you keep concentrating and breathing into those feelings until they become lighter and they start to dissipate. So it could be a quick process. It could be, take a few minutes, but you want to, again, focus on those negative feelings. And when you are in this state of being, this negative state of being, your mind is very narrow and you are no longer creative. You are not able to tap into your problem-solving skills. So in essence, you're stuck. You're paralyzed. And, this is the state that a lot of people are in when they're, focusing on these negative thoughts. So you need to shift out of that. So this is the way to do that, is by focusing on those negative thoughts, get them to be lighter and lighter where they dissipate. And then you start shifting your thoughts on, okay, what is it that I truly want? What would be the desired outcome of this situation? And you start visualizing what that would look like. and start thinking about that, and then start thinking about what are the feelings that I'll have once I get there. And is it feelings of peace? Is it feelings of happiness, joy, abundance, whatever it might be, the flip side of your current feelings? Then you start focusing on those feelings and breathing into those feelings and welcoming those feelings. And you can start shifting your state of being into that positive state. And what happens is your mind opens up, you tap into your creativity, and you're able to start tapping into that those problem-solving skills.
I need to work on that because I think a lot of people... I'm sorry, Megan. I think just like a lot of women just like me, I'll take my negative feelings, put them in a compartment, shut that door, push it back, and I'll just keep going on. I don't want to feel... I'm good at visualizing the future and the happiness and how I want to feel in the future, but the negative, whatever I'm feeling, I'll put that away.
Yeah, don't we, talking to Megan Toll here on KHTS 1220, heard all over the country on hometownstation.com, but guys do this too. We build walls. So, Megan, how do we, you shut the door and men build walls. So how do we, you're saying by breathing differently, break it down a little bit more for us. How do we prevent building the walls if you're a male and shutting the door if you're a female?
Yeah, so it's impossible to just tuck it away and have it not exist anymore and, change your focus. It's always going to be there unless you acknowledge it and, welcome it and then actively go through the process of letting it go to create space for the new empowered and healthy beliefs or thoughts or feelings.
Let me challenge you a little bit. So let me challenge you. MeganToll.com. Go to MeganToll.com. So in Tammy's case, and this is horrible. I hope somebody's listening that actually cares. The LAPD, he gets hurt on the job, only wants to pay Tammy 2/3 of his income. That's real stuff. How do you embrace that? How do you take that? How does Tammy take that in, welcome that in, when that's a hard fact that has an effect on their financial future? Talk to us about that.
So, yeah, she has to accept that that's the reality of the situation right now. But then, that doesn't have to remain the reality. So, yes, that is the circumstance right now. But, in order to not be a victim, she does need to move past that, accept that that's the situation, but then start focusing on, okay, what can I do to change that? Or, what is out there that can ultimately make this okay? And you start shifting your thoughts because she's going to attract more of the negativity if she starts focusing and strictly just focusing on the negative stuff, or if she just tucks it away and pretends it doesn't exist. That becomes part of her belief system, and it's going to dictate all of the decisions that she makes moving forward and could essentially sabotage her from reaching her true potential. And really, it just affects, like I said, your state of being. And your state of being is everything. If you're in a negative state of being, you are like a repellent to other people, and you're going to attract negative things into your life. But if you shift into that positive state of being, as I taught you to be able to do, all of a sudden you start attracting opportunities in your life that are going to be able to help you get to your desired outcome. You'll start attracting people in your life to support you and help you. You'll start, becoming a magnet to the people that you want to attract in your life. So it's really important to recognize what is your state of being at this particular time. And I know, going through difficult times and challenging times, again, you do go through that state of mourning or frustration, but you do need to recognize, okay, this is not going to serve me moving forward, and then start working on going through that exercise of shifting into the positive state of being.
Well said. Are you?
I have a question, though, about time frames, because I'm one of those people that, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this before I could do this. What about, is that just a stupid thought that I needed time frames and my ducks in a row before I act on whatever it is?
Well, I mean, I don't think that you have to get anything in a row before you can start shifting into your positive state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something you can work on immediately. Just in general, I think sometimes we put the cart before the horse in the things that we need to do. So, if you do have a desired goal or outcome, you do need to break it down. Okay, I'm going to start here and then take baby steps and chunk it down to, start getting some traction, start getting some success to build the confidence to continue to move forward.
Yeah.
All right. We're talking to Megan Toll at megantoll.com, who's a life coach doing a great job today on our show called The Business Life. I'm a business coach, so what I do is a little bit different. I try to help you make more money. You can go to CoachTunick, TUNICK.com if you want to make more money in your life and pay me my $500 an hour. Yeah, who doesn't want to make more money? But it's interesting, Tammy and Megan, that all these things are learned. Where do we learn how to do the things that you talked about in the last few minutes? How do you learn to let these feelings in? And you used the word, I took notes here. You used the word process here. Here's
allowing
the notes.
The process.
Yeah, allowing the process. If you don't have a life coach like you, can you coach on the phone? Do you coach people on the phone?
Yes, I actually do. And I do life coaching, but I also do business coaching as well. So I really
don't take my
people.
Clients, Megan.
I won't.
She's in Texas. We're good.
My gift, my unique gift, and what I offer is I really help people to own their value, so then they have the confidence to present themselves and to charge what they're worth or earn what they're worth. So it's all about really getting connected to your passion, which I also believe is your gift. I think we're all meant to.
We all have great. Gift. That's right. We all have greatness.
Yeah.
You can stay on. I want to just one more minute, and then you can. Tammy and I, and you and Edwin can jump in. There's a couple of things that are bugging me about our culture right now. I want to get your take on it from a female point of view. One more minute. So you use the word sabotage. So in my coaching practice, I use it all the time because most of us sabotage ourselves. Even successful people, when they get to a point, they say, well, I'm not worthy. I haven't earned it. And they sabotage themselves. And they wind up either going out of business or screwing up their life.
And in relationships, too.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
Huge.
It starts in relationships.
Huge.
Yeah, and women, I think, are worse at it than men. I think men, when it comes to relationships.
What do you mean worse at it?
Women have these little cat fights. You guys are very emotional, sensitive creatures, and I think men are better. Look, if Edwin's a dear friend. Here we go. Edwin's a dear friend. So Edwin and I had a problem. We could solve it at lunch, and we would shake hands, and we wouldn't think two thoughts about it. It would be over with.
Because you don't always think with your hearts. You think bottom line.
Yeah.
Women are thinking of what's behind that sentence you just said to me, or what's behind that dollar amount you just posed to me. Why are you guys looking at me like that?
Because you're right.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
Megan, you got to help me. I'm the only woman in the room.
You spoke on the radio. That's.
If they have definitely, they are more emotional in their thinking. And way of dealing with things. And guys usually take the emotion out of it, and they're just more matter of fact.
So here's why I think you need a Megan Toll in your life or a Coach Ron Tunick. We will help you not to sabotage yourself. If you can learn not to do this, this is a huge asset that you give yourself.
That and the self-worth, the worth part, those two combined.
Yeah. We all have self-esteem issues, all of us, including me. As handsome as I am.
You do? Oh, hi.
As handsome as I am. I got a little belly on me, and it bugs the crap out of me.
You're good looking. You are too critical of yourself. Seriously, you are.
Yeah, well, that's another day. I'll talk to Megan about it.
All
right, so ladies, let's have some fun. So let me tell you what's angsting me right now. Coffee. What happened to our culture, Megan and Tammy, that we have to go to Starbucks? Where'd you get your coffee today?
Well, I'm a coffee bean person myself. Okay. I just like it better.
When did you start going to coffee shops?
Last, I don't know, 5
years ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how many times a day do you go to a coffee shop?
A day?
So
once.
There are people that go twice and 3 times.
You know how much that is a month?
I'm just telling you.
Megan,
do you go to coffee shops?
I do occasionally, just as a treat. I'm not addicted to coffee. I enjoy drinking coffee, a few days a week, but I don't have to drink coffee, so I guess I'm not a good one to use as an example.
This is tea.
As Coach has a Starbucks cup.
That's tea.
Right in front of him.
And I had a meeting this morning at Starbucks. But Starbucks was packed.
I know.
Packed. So it's a cultural, it's a meeting place.
Do you know that more women buy like Starbucks or Coffee Bean than men? Not by a lot, but it's more women than men.
Yeah, I saw more women in Starbucks this morning than men.
I have found that men actually go there for meetings, but they often don't buy the coffee.
I saw. Right? Yes, there's a group of about 8 older guys that we meet at Starbucks. I'm not there every morning, but maybe twice a month or something I go there.
But then you have the college students. It's where they can get their caffeine and get their studying, and that's quiet. You can't bring coffee in a library.
I saw people today that were anchored there with their computers. Looked like that was their office.
I study there.
You do?
I do. Sure.
Is it because you want to be around people?
No, it's free internet. You're out of the house. It's a different environment. You get the coffee.
But it is social. So this is a social phenomenon that's going on in this country. Just amazing. So you're at Jelly Bean. What's it called? Coffee Bean.
Coffee Bean.
Our show brought to you by Mixology and
it's cocktails and concoctions.
Cocktails.
Party services. It's not okay, Coach.
Cocktails and concoctions.
Somebody needs to give him some notes.
I know. I feel like I'm being teased for.
No, I'm just giving you a plug. Cocktails. If you're having a party, this is the girl you want to hire, period. How's that?
That is true. I like that.
And you go to Facebook. Megan, friend, Tammy, is it Tammy Holtz or Butler?
It's, you can put Tammy Holtz Butler. I'm hyphenated.
Oh, you're hyphenated?
Sure. You never know.
Okay. So, any questions about coffee? The coffee thing doesn't bug you, obviously. You don't go enough. I mean, it's not a part of your day, obviously.
I mean, it doesn't have to be. If I'm out and about or I happen to have to meet somebody for a meeting, I'll go, but I don't.
All right. I got a bunch of questions to ask you both. Could you both put your cell phone away for a week?
Oh, well, no. It's just like alcohol. Why would you? Why would you stop? No. I need my little jolt.
So you could not Edwin, could you put your phone away for a week? You've been on your phone all day.
You can't put it away for a second.
Honestly, no.
No
way. So, MeganToll.com. You could? Okay.
Yes.
So I started thinking about, am I addicted? I don't want to have any addiction. So I apparently am addicted to my cell phone, according to my wife.
I think a lot of people
Same with
are.
my kid. All of my children are as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So in my mind, this is probably not healthy. If I gave up my phone, my wife wants me to give up my phone for a week.
But you run your business out of it.
I do.
Now that's what phones do.
It's a business tool.
You run your business out of it. You don't have to be anchored to a desk to still
Correct.
shoot out emails.
Mm-hmm. Correct. That's a good point. I'm going to bring that point home tonight.
Don't
say I said
Can you
come home tonight?
No, I do not want to be involved in that. No.
But I'm on Facebook, but I'm in the media business, so I'm kind of care that, and I've got emotional issues. I mean, I've got self-esteem issues. I want people to like me.
I think you can make a decision that your office work stays at the office and your phone is just personal.
A business tool?
No, you can make it a personal, private thing, and office stays at the office, or if you can decide to make it dual, personal and professional.
Okay, MeganToll.com. Check her out. She's happened to be a smart life coach. MeganToll.com. Wait till you get to her website. It's a very cool website. Check it out when you get home today. But when we go to a restaurant, 4 people are sitting at a table. Everybody's looking at their phone.
I have an interesting little tidbit about phones in restaurants. So this restaurant, their profits were going down. So they had somebody come in, check it out, figure out why the same amount of customers coming in, but yet their profits are going down. So it turned out it's all about cell phones. They come in, they grab their cell phone, they tag where they are, they check in where they are, they take a picture of where they are, they post that. So the server would go up, and they haven't even thought what they wanted to drink yet or even looked at a menu. So the server would come back 2 minutes later, same thing. So people that usually back in the day, you used to be in and out of a restaurant in an hour. How long are you in a restaurant now? Same table, same price for the check. How long are you there?
Wait a second. We have a restaurant expert right now. So we have an audience right here. Justin, is what Tammy's saying accurate, that people are staying longer in restaurants?
Do you have campers?
Yeah, you get cameras all the time.
Really? So that,
of course.
Okay, that is going to slow down the
all
profit.
because of the cell phone. Same people, same check total, twice the amount of time.
Interesting. That's very, very interesting. I wonder what other industries besides restaurant that has
taken a hit.
Yeah, that is very, very clever of you, Tammy Holtz Butler.
Yeah.
I'm not just a bartender.
No, you're not just a bartender. All right, so any comment about you couldn't give it up? None of us can give it up, but I'm wondering if I could I wonder what would happen if I gave it up for a week. So I look at the news on here. I mean, it's an incredible tool.
With Facebook, though, I see what's going on in my friends' lives, my family members that do not live even in the same city or state as I do. I feel like I'm there with them. I know what's going on.
Let me ask both you, and Edwin, you can jump in too. Are we picking up the phone less and not talking to our friends?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Whether it be email or texting, I'm not a big fan of texting if I don't have to, but I know my children are. And my son's in a relationship. He's 18, has a girlfriend, and most of their relationship is revolves around text messages. I'm like, I don't understand how you can have a real relationship that way.
Bingo. Let me tease the audience. We got to take a break, hard break, but I'm going to come back and ask all of us. I'm just wondering if our relationships are becoming shallow. Hold on to that question. We're going to come right back. KHTS 1220 AM. The name of the show is The Business of Life. I'm your host, Coach Ron Tunick. Go to Coach Tunick if you want to check me out. .com, or if you're having a party and you want to have just the nicest, most fun at that party, call Tammy at
661-964-9194.
Nobody's going to call you because they're listening, but
Facebook,
they go to
Cocktails and Concoctions, Party Services on Facebook.
We'll be right back.
Love
keep
that
playing
song.
that. I love that song.
Makes me happy.
Yeah, keep playing it.
It passes like molasses in wintertime, but it's July. I'm getting paid by the hour.
Makes me happy, see?
Alan Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not listening to country music, I'm telling you, it'll make you happy. It makes me happy. I mean, it just takes me to places like I can't get there without it. I can't get there without it.
I have a very, very close friend, and he does not like country.
Oh, man. That's dump him. So before I went to break, we were talking about shallow. Well, I'm a shallow person. I mean, I would dump you in a heartbeat if you weren't nice.
Really? What?
As attractive as you are, if you didn't have a great personality, you're out of my life. Out of my life. But you have a great personality, and you're drop-dead gorgeous, so you're in my life.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah. So, Edwin, we were talking at break. Also, go to MeganTull.com. She'll be a regular on the show. Megan, this mobile phone, Edwin, and we both agreed. I mean, you can dump people in a heartbeat, right? Text them, have a nice day, I'll talk to you in a month, or have a nice day, never call me back.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
I haven't, no.
You haven't?
No, but
your kids are your kids on the phone all the time?
The new generation, yeah, absolutely. They're very much attached to their phones and breaking up text messaging. It's easy. It's a scapegoat. It's an easy way for them to not face reality and
Ooh, that'll be another show.
Well, there's that, but I think the depth of the conversation is not there.
Say that again.
I said the depth of the conversation is not there. And sometimes, people will interpret a text, the words of a text one way when it was meant to be meant a different way. And it's crazy. So it's not, I don't think it's a viable way to communicate properly.
It's not helpful.
Well, listen to me, Megan. Download some how do you say it, emojis?
Emojis.
So all my daughters. So I'm sending them hearts. I'm sending them.
Yeah.
I love those little emojis. So throw the emojis on with the text,
and
right?
then you know what you mean.
Yeah.
I've had a girlfriend call me and said, "Are you mad at me?" And I was like, "Well, what are you talking about?" your text. And I go, well, what did I? And I look back, and she goes, I took it this way. And I go, oh, no.
Yeah.
So next time I should throw like a happy face emoji on it.
So I sent.
Then you'll be good to go.
I'm good.
So I sent to some of my business buddies in the last couple of months some emojis, and they text me back, "Don't ever do that again. I'm not into that silly stuff." Well, Megan Tull, you'll be back on the show, my dear. I promise you. You are just a wonderful radio guest here in Southern California. So we only have a minute left. I want to thank everybody for coming and listening to our show. Your first time on radio, so you put this in your resume now. You're
Absolutely.
on radio on KHTS.
Already
Edwin,
done.
I love you as a friend.
Thank you, Coach.
And Tammy, you can come back every day. I'd love to have you on the air with me every day.
I'll be here,
really.
yeah.
Every day you can come on. So let me end the show by saying this, that we all have challenges in life, as Megan and Tammy shared with you their challenges. And I love what you said, Megan. If you open up your heart and ask for help, ask the universe for help. People do it in different ways. I pray. I'm very careful about who I associate with. I associate with, you and I were talking about it at lunch today, I associate with very positive people. I'm a real karma person. So are you.
I am too.
Yeah. So check your karma out, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful who you hang with. Be careful who you play with. Be careful who you work with. Megan, here's my favorite song. George Strait, play it right now. Let Megan hear my favorite song.
This is your favorite?
Yep. Listen to the words.